Hi, and welcome to this split tutorial. I'm Coach Jose, and we're going to first start off by stretching. Just warming up those legs before we do this full split. You know, do some quad stretches, high knees, butt kicks, anything to loosen up the legs. Now, if you find a wall or something, just kick your legs backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards, just to stretch out those legs. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to make sure we get every angle of your leg just to make sure that they're stretched. Now, we're almost ready to do your splits. All right, here we go. First thing you want to do, you want to stand up on your knees just like this. You're going to put one leg in front, but make sure your knee does not go past your foot. There we go. You're going to make sure it's in the right position so that your hips can drive all the way to the ground. You want to make sure hips forward just like this. There we go. You don't want to do this, but you do want to push away from your knees so that you can actually hit perpendicular to the ground, so you can push as far as you can. This is going to stretch the quad on the back side, all of that, and then you'll have a better stretch. From here, then what you want to move on to is the hamstring stretch. You want to get all of this. Yeah. The closer your hands are to your foot, the harder the stretch. The further back, the easier. Now, you want to make sure that you're pressing down onto that leg so you can feel the full stretch. There we go. Okay. Now, from this position, you kind of want to make your way or separate your legs more and more and basically do the same. Here, and then drive those hips forward, and then and then straighten out the leg, then drive those hips forward, straighten out leg. Eventually, you can go even lower and lower, and then that's how you're going to get your split. So, to recap, separate your legs, make sure you're doing the quad stretch by doing a lunge forward, getting those hips down to the ground, and then also hamstring stretch where you're pulling down on that front leg. Eventually, you can slide all the way down. Now, if you have sliders, grab some sliders. These you can get at any store. Those are usually where the home improvement side is. It's like furniture sliders, if that makes sense. Well, what you want to do, you want to put them right there on your heel or on your knee, and you want to slide in, slide back, slide out, slide back. This is just so that you can work on the dynamic stretching. If those muscles are strong enough, then you can go into that stretch, if that makes sense. You need both flexibility and strength in order to make sure that your body is comfortable doing this split. And then eventually, you can just go straight into it, right? There, here, and finally here, right? But with your split, what you want to make sure to do is that you do not want to turn your foot in like this. You do not want to do that. You want to make sure it's pointed out, okay? Now, you have to point your toe or flex your toe, depending on what kind of splits you want. You do not want to turn the back leg out like that. You want to make sure it's in so that your hips are squared. So, remember, slide into your split. You can do that, but that's just going to work on the flexibility of the front leg. You want to keep your body tall, 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 tall. And then, yeah, that's your split. That applies to both your left and your right. Now, if your hamstring is not flexible enough to do all that yet, These are some alternative stretches that you can do. It's going to stretch all of your hamstring. You can also flex your foot, grab your heel. It just adds a little bit more pressure onto that stretch. Your goal is to hold that stretch as long as you can. Yeah. Both. Yep, until you finally can do all that. You'll probably be closer to the realm of doing your splits if you're able to do your pike stretch, grabbing your feet and putting your elbows on the floor. It gives you necessary flexibility. These are quad stretches. You want to stretch out those quads, right? This is another quad stretch. Stretching all of that. All right. Now, we're ready to move on to the middle split. Here we go. Middle split, you just start here, work your way down. That's pretty much it. But you have to make sure that your pelvis is not internal. You want it to have a posterior tilt, okay? You want to make sure booty's up, not down, because then it gets you in the right angle to do your middle split. All right, let me show you with sliders. You can put these on your knees and you can do like a frog stretch, just like that. This will make it simpler while still retaining the stretch that you need. Remember, not in, but out. Okay. And then eventually, you should be able to do your middle split as far as you can. And just a reminder, these kind of stretches, you want to hold longer than 10 seconds. You want to make sure that you're holding it to a minute and longer, because you're going to get your split with time under tension. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. All right. Good luck with your split training. All right, get at it.